Only one group dares to challenge this intergalactic threat, the Super Friends.
Hey everybody, Reds the Collector here with another action figure review. Today we're taking a look at the 1966 Mattel Batman figure. Now, I don't know about you, but for people my age and older, this was our first live action Batman. Um, I remember when I was a kid that Nickelodeon was Nickelodeon, and then there was Nick at Night. I'm not sure if it's still like that. I don't watch Nick at Night anymore, or Nickelodeon for that matter. But we actually didn't get Nick at Night. We got it switched to, I think it was at 6 or 7 p.m. The Nickelodeon programming would stop, and Nick at Night in some areas would take over. In my area, it however went to religious programming. Now, I don't live in the Bible Belt or in the South. I live in northern Illinois, just a little south of the Wisconsin border, but still big religious country. And I was always disappointed that as soon as 7 o'clock hit, you'd see all these commercials for Nick at Night shows, but we didn't get them. We got religious programming. Well, finally, we got Nick at Night. And one of the first shows that Nick at Night exposed me to was the 1966 Batman program. And I just immediately fell in love with this show. It was Batman. It was Batman on screen. Of course, I had the Christopher Reeve Superman. I'd always enjoyed those movies. Well, loved those movies. I mean, you know me, I'm a Superman guy. But I'd never had a live-action Batman. So, 66 Batman hit. Batman and Robin running around. Granted, it was a campy Gotham City. All the villains were done in a campy style. But I was young. I was maybe, 8, 9, maybe a little bit younger. When I first saw this, I mean, this was amazing to me. They were riding around the Batmobile. They fought the Joker. They fought the Penguin, the Riddler, Catwoman. We had Gordon. We had whatever that his little cop flunky's name was. We had all of these characters for the comic, and they were brought to life in the screen, and it was amazing to me. Now, I know a lot of people younger than I am, the next generation, their Batman was, of course, their first Batman was Michael Keaton. And now, even younger, people's first Batman is going to be Christian Bale. Which, kind of blows my mind of how old I am. Because I was, Keaton's Batman came out in, 1989? So, I was 12? I was about 12. Probably came out in the summer, so I probably hadn't hit my 12th birthday yet. Because I'm a Christmas baby. So, I probably hadn't hit my 12th birthday yet. So, I was 11 years old when the 89 Batman came out. And I remember one of the first things a friend of mine had asked me, because I had seen the movie, and I was over at a buddy's house, and I was telling him about it. I was like, yeah, I saw the Batman movie, and blah, blah, blah. And I remember the conversation pretty clearly. He was asking me, well, is it like the Batman TV show, is everything labeled? Is it like the Bat computer and the Bat shark repellent and the Bat this and the Bat that? And I was like, no, it's very, very kind of dark, and, Batman's dressed in all black, and the Joker actually kills people, and that was such an amazing thing. I mean, you think that the Nolan trilogy was dark and gritty. You got to remember when the 89 Batman came out, it was so different from what the only live action Batman that I had from that point, which was the 66. I mean, you can just tell in the costumes alone. There, of course, is Keaton's 89 Batman costume. I mean, the vast differences between this bright costume, this purple and gray, and the big yellow belt, and almost like granny panty underwear. The difference between this dark and gritty Michael Keaton that we got, let's kind of get them on a similar size scale there. The difference between these two guys was night and day. But we're not talking about the Michael Keaton Batman or the Christopher Nolan Christian Bale Batman. We are talking about the awesomeness that was the 1966 Batman show and the figure that we have in front of us. Now, as far as I know, I think this is actually changing soon. We're actually going to get the 66 Batman television series. Right now, the only thing that's available is the movie that they did, and there's some rights issue that's been the problem with getting those out in home video or DVD or Blu-ray release, whatever you want to call it these days. What do we call it these days? It's not really home video anymore. That's what everybody still calls it, but videotape is gone. I don't know. Home video, whatever. So we're still waiting on that, and hopefully, I think I've heard something that it is coming soon, which would be very cool. If it's not already out, and I just don't know about it, because there's lots of shit I don't know. But this was my first Batman. And I think that Mattel did an amazing job of capturing the essence of this Batman. Let me try and get it focused a little bit more. There we go. A few things. The legs, I think, are a little too skinny. But the overall, and the arms are a little too thin. But overall, Mattel did a fantastic job of capturing what this Batman was. I mean, he looks campy, but he's still Batman. They did an amazing job on the face sculpt. This really does, in my mind, look like Adam West. The jawline is great. The eyes, the mask design they got great with the little square here over the nose and the eyebrows, the little bat ears. The way that the mask just came down was just, sitting on top of the costume instead of being tucked in or being this, rubberized cowl or anything. It was just this fabric sitting here that basically any of the villains could have just ran up to Batman and just whipped it off his head. And, everybody would have known, oh, it's Bruce Wayne. They did a great job of capturing this guy in plastic. Like I said, there's a few issues I have with it. I'm not real fond of this new kind of arm style that they've been doing, and it's not just Mattel. DC Direct or DC Collectibles has been doing it as well. This is very similar to the arm style that's on the Kid Flash figure, and it's basically a way for them to do a skinnier arm without having to sculpt muscles. I'm not real fond of it. I don't like the look of it. They could have just done a thinner, more muscular arm without having big bulging like you can see in the Superman's back behind him. So that I don't really care for. But the rest of the sculpting, like I said, the legs are thinner, but the overall sculpt, I'm happy with the face sculpt, the body sculpt, the belt is amazing, the neck ruff here is awesome, the wrinkling they got in the gloves is great, as well as the look of the material for the boots. They did a fantastic job on. Now, to my knowledge, we haven't gotten a single-carded Robin in this set yet, which kind of flabbergasts me. I can't believe that they haven't given us one. Now, I know there was a Robin from the 2-pack with the Batman Robin crawling up the wall, but I can't believe we haven't gotten a single-carded Robin yet. So, again, I could be wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. I have not seen a single-carded Robin anywhere. I've seen pretty much everybody else, Riddler and Joker and Catwoman. And they had a couple of different versions of Batman. I think they had Surfer Batman, and I think even the Batusi Batman. But we haven't gotten a single-carded Robin, which I can't believe. Mattel, you really need to get on that, because I definitely want a Robin to go alongside this Batman. So just taking a look, again, they did amazing justice to this figure, and I'm very happy that they went with a cloth cape instead of a hard plastic cape. The only thing I could say about the cape is that I wish they had used a material that had just a little bit more of a shine to it. I mean, you can see that this does have a little bit of a shine to it, but the material, as you can see, like in the cowl and the boots, was more of almost like a vinyl material or like a satin material. It's hard to explain, I guess, or I just don't have the words. But that's another, I guess, complaint I would have about the figures. I wish they'd gone with a different, shinier material for the cape. Now, of course, he does have some pretty standard Mattel articulation. He does have a ball-jointed head. Yes, I do. It's ball-jointed. Look at it. It doesn't have a lot of movement, though. Of course, it does have left and right movement here. He does have an ab crunch. Not a great ab crunch, but there's an ab crunch there. Ball-jointed shoulders, of course. We do have this bicep rotation, which we've already discussed. We've got the elbow. We do have the, of course, wrist. I do love the nice, whatever those are called, on the forearms. He does have a waist rotation here under the belt. And we do have standard Mattel legs. Now, it does look a little odd on him because the way they did it, the way they did the sculpt. Standard Mattel legs, back and forward. Now, of course, he can go out. He can do the splits. We do have a thigh rotation, but again, they did something weird here with the legs. You can see that the sculpt on the thigh and the sculpt at the break here into the rest of the leg are very different from each other. The sculpt on the rest of the leg is very rough. You can see here where it's not smooth out like this thigh is. It's very different, very kind of odd, and both legs are like that. So I don't know if the legs were sculpted in a different place or done in a different... the color doesn't seem to match exactly either. So I find that to be very odd on the figure. And of course, we've got a bend here at the knee. We've got those 66 Batman boots with an ankle pivot. Now, he also came with a stand, which says Power Zap or something like that. I've got it put away with the rest of my stands because I'm not currently using stands in my collection. Get some focus going, guys. Sorry about that. Because I'm using the risers right now, and I'll be continuing to use risers at least for the foreseeable future until I'm able to expand my collection room into another room of the house and get another display case, because both of my display cases are very, very full at this point. And I think when I expand, I'm going to go the DTOF route, just like Trav and Stuart, and I think Mike's using them too. Barry, any number of you guys are using DTOF cabinets, and they look fantastic. They display collections beautifully. So I think instead of going big display case routes with my next ones, I'm going to be using DTOF cabinets. I just have to get to IKEA, which is like 2 hours from here, and get the damn thing and get it home. Because I looked it up on their website, and I know I'm going off track again, but I looked up DTOFs on the IKEA website, and they're like $69 or $64 or something very reasonable, but they want like $200 shipping. Now I realize that these things are basically all glass with a little bit of particle board at the top and bottom, and whatever rods are, you know, connecting these pieces with the glass, and that they're extremely fragile. But are you freaking kidding me? Like $200 to ship? Jesus. So it's just a matter of getting to IKEA and getting the DTOF cabinet and getting my wife out of IKEA, because taking my wife to IKEA is not a intelligent move. I'm sorry if I've been bumping the camera. I've kind of got to pee, and I've been bouncing up and down my chair a little bit trying to finish this up. So guys, if you're out there, don't take your wife to IKEA. Not unless you're rich. Just don't do it. It's a bad idea. Bad idea. Don't do it. Keep the ladies away. That's my advice anyway. Alright guys, this was Rez the Collector. Again, I know I was a little goofy in this video, just like my previous video. I want to appreciate you guys staying with me. I hope you enjoyed this look at the 1966 Mattel Batman figure. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. As you can see, there's figures here in the background. Look forward to those reviews coming soon. And you guys have a nice day.